So the first thing we need to do is let's try to identify what we want to achieve. Okay, so basically we want to be able to do something like this. So when I said that we want to refactor this as a plugin is we want to select, let's say, the form elements and like comments, and do something like if you used any jQuery plugin before, you can just call in a plugin method like this. So we want to make something like comment PHP comment form, okay, or just PHP comment, and boom, that should work for us. Okay, so right now let's just call it and assume that we have created a comment. So what I'll do is I'll just put a marker here just to show us that this is what we're trying to refactor. So let's say refactor this, and we'll be taking pieces of code from this original code here and putting it up in our refactored code. Okay, so next thing, to create a plugin function, you have to append the function name to the fn function of jQuery. So $.fn.php comment equal to, so we're gonna give it an anonymous function, and options here, which is any options that you pass in here to customize the plugin, but we're not going to use it, so this will be null, but let's just put it there. Okay, so next what we want to do is we want to return no, sorry, not return, we want to just say new PHP comment. Okay, so PHP comment basically is going to be a function we'll create in a bit, but let's return this so that jQuery can change this and do other stuff after you've used our comment plugin. So let's say return this, and this in this instance is the element which has been selected here. So returning this here will allow you to do, use the plugin and then maybe do other stuff like find afterwards. Okay, so this function here, we're going to have to create it at the top here. So we're going to say function and then PHP comment. Okay, but just notice that this and this are totally different things. This is in small letters and this is in capital letters. Okay, so I can name this, let's say, my main function, and I'm going to just have to change this new here just to show that this here is not related to this in any way. It's just making use of it. Okay, so, and if we are knowing the function, we're going to have to pass in the element. Okay, so that's the jQuery selected element here. So in the main constructor function here, let's just set the element which is going to be passed here. Say this dot element equal to element. Okay, so next what we need to do is let's call the init function, which we'll create in a bit. So to make sure that the init function exists in this PHP comment function, we're gonna have to do PHP comment.prototype.init equals to function. Okay, so prototype basically just make sure that that function exists anywhere you call this on the main function. Okay, and inside of init, what we want to do is we want to do two things. We want to set up variables. So we say this dot set up variables, and basically what that does is it just sets up things like title field, body field, and comment form. So that's going to be another function we'll create. So next, after setting up the variables, we want to set up events. So this does set up events. Okay, so let's create the setup variables and the setup events function. So we're gonna have to do prototype, and the class name will be PHP comment, and the prototype function will be setup variables. Okay, and inside there, let's leave it empty for now. And next, let's create another prototype for setup events. So I'll just use this shortcut proto, and it's going to be PHP comment, and the function name will be setup events. Okay, so let's leave that empty as well. So now let's implement what is in setup variables. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is this comment form here. We want to cache those so that they exist anywhere inside of this whole PHP comment function. Okay, so let's do copy and paste those here. I'll just bring them in line with each other. So we're gonna have to do this dot comment form equal to, let's select the comment form. Okay, But instead of just doing it like this, since we have access to the main top level element, which is this comments here,